Pros Radio Show. Got an opinion or want to ask us a question? Email radio@experiencepros.com or message us on the Experience Pros Facebook page, and we'll interact with you live on the show.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to the Experience Pros Radio Show. We want to interact with you. That's why we give you this phone number, 303-632-4160. It's 303-632-4160. Feel free to pick up your phone and call into the program. Talk directly to me. Let me know what you're thinking about the topics that we raise here on the program. A couple of things that I wanted to share with you, and the first one was I came across Marcel Schwantes, who is the principal and founder of Leadership from the Core, wrote an article on unmistakable signs that it's time to leave your company. 4 unmistakable signs that it's time to leave your company. Toxic workplaces cost U.S. employers $23.8 billion annually in the form of absenteeism, healthcare, lost productivity, and more. So a 2009 survey conducted by Mitchell Kusi and Elizabeth Holloway, authors of Toxic Workplace, Managing Toxic Personalities and Their Systems of Power, found that 64% of the people were currently working with someone they considered toxic, and 94% said they had worked with someone toxic during the course of their career. Now, that was 2009. How about today? One study estimates that the toxic workplaces cost the U.S. employers $23.8 billion with a B billion dollars annually. Now, if you're in a toxic workplace, this would be a good place for Jeff Fox Notworthy, but I am absolutely certain that my voice will not hold out for that. So let's just call it what it is right here. If you're in a toxic workplace, there are 4 indicators that say now might be a great time to change careers, jobs, locations, something. Ready? Here they are. Number 1, gossip. Gossip. Gossip in the workplace is common, and chances that you've engaged in it at one time or another are high. But relentless workplace gossip has damaging effects for both individuals involved and the organization as a whole. Here are a few examples of the cost of workplace gossip. You're going to lose productivity. There's going to be wasted time. There's going to be divisiveness that grows among your employees, forced to take sides one way or the other. As a result, the morale and the trust are eroded. Rumors lead to an increase of anxiety, and people don't have a clear indication of what's true. Here's the ultimate cost of gossip in your workplace. Loyal employees and top performers may leave when gossip destroys the culture. So you might inadvertently lose your most valued employees if you allow a culture that allows gossip. You watch for groups that are of disgruntled employees actively hanging out in their unhappiness. It's easy to spot them. They congregate in hush-hush circles around cubicles after meetings, put a negative spin on whatever just transpired. And when you walk by, they stop talking. Keep a close eye for their whereabouts, because they may go out of their way to befriend new hires and vilify someone or something that spreads their cancer. Here's the second thing that is an absolute indicator that it's time to move on. You ready? Bullying. Bullying in the workplace is huge, costly for business. Baird Brightman, a behavioral scientist, consultant, writer, he says aggressiveness, both verbal and physical, undermines safety and requires people to divert resources from productive work to defensive operations such as fight and flight. Babs Ryan, the author of America's Corporate Brain Drain, says only 1% of bullies are fired. Action is usually taken against the bully's target. You ever see that to be true? How about on the NFL field? It's always the second guy who gets busted for the flag. First guy swings, hits the guy responds. It's the responsive guy who usually gets the flag. Bullying is a big issue. In the age of knowledgeable workers, Greg Bear, author in Real Love and Workplace, has a different spin, saying that bullying is often directed at those with less knowledge. The more we know, the more we can win arguments, put people in their place, and feel powerful. Shame on you, Greg Bear. That's bullying. You're not supposed to be powerful, put people in their place, and feel like you're winning more arguments. Shame on you. Number 3, how do you know if it's time to move on? If you're being micromanaged. In his book, The Eye of the Storm, How Mindful Leaders Can Transform Chaotic Workplaces, executive coach Ray Williams boils down toxic workplaces to the dysfunctional managers responsible for creating them. Management is ultimately responsible to create a healthy environment under which people can be employed. Micromanagement, that is to say, I'm not only going to tell you what to do, but I'm going to show you how to do it, and I'm going to do it for you if you don't get out of the way. That is a toxic environment. Too many levels of approval and management to get things done efficiently bogs down the whole system. Give somebody a task and watch them. They will step up. Usually they will step up. If they don't step up, maybe it's not a good fit. That's okay. Let it identify itself. Finally, narcissism. The Mayo Clinic defines narcissistic personality disorder as a mental disorder in which people have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for admiration. Those with narcissistic personality disorder believe that they're superior to others and have little regard for other people's feelings. Pathologically narcissistic coworkers could potentially damage your career. Here are some classic features of a narcissistic coworker. They're conversation hoarders. They interrupt. They dominate meetings, presentations, phone conferences, email discussions. They're spotlight hogs, constantly wanting to appear important with a blown up and exaggerated sense of themselves. They're disruptive and put others down. They like to make themselves as powerful and influential as possible, and they have a lack of concern for others' interests and excessive focus on themselves. What do you do when you're dealing with a toxic workplace? Well, good leadership team must protect the company values and culture by acting swiftly to curb the problem right away. Gossip gets out of hand quickly if it's not extinguished immediately. Every leader's responsibility to ensure emotional and physical safety among their loyal workers. So speak to HR professionals. Talk to them about what's going on. Here's a great example of a great company. Blind, the anonymous employee chat app for employees, polled thousands of people at work at tech companies and asked them what kind of sensitive questions you normally can't ask. Do you think you're paid fairly? Are you interested in leaving your job? Not surprisingly, those two are closely related. What they found out, get this, employees least happy with their pay, Walmart Labs. Senior software engineer earns about $131,000 according to Glassdoor. 40% more or more of the employees polled at Spotify, PayPal, Twitter said they weren't happy with their pay. Guess who keeps their employees happiest? On pay? Netflix. Netflix. Who knew? My $9 is making a difference. And there it is. A senior software engineer there makes over $210 a year, according to Glassdoor, and they feel like that's a good deal. I should say so. They stream movies for $210,000 a year. Maybe I'll go drive my Lyft for Netflix employees. We'll be back right after these messages. You are listening to the Experience Pros Radio Show, home of positive business talk.
The Experience Pros, revolutionizing the way